Okay, back with Millennium Wars Korea. I'm trying to get to my first main attack right here. Just drive right on Seoul here. Still trying to get there. We left off with information warfare. What I needed to, these are things I'm learning, things I needed to write on my scratch paper to the side of the map. I had to record that the ROK, the rock side, won air superiority for this turn. I also needed to write down that the North Koreans took the option, special scenario rule option for shock attack on their first turn. That cost them 10 political points. So now I see the political points index. So again, using this side to the edge of the map, there's a number track 0 to 9, and there is a political times 10 and political times 1 markers to record the exact number of political points for the game. This uses one number, and the way they do it is a little backwards for me. You know, I would think that 1 through 50 would favor the first player, 51 through 100 would favor the second player. Unfortunately, it's flipped. When the political index is 51, right now it's 30, by the way, so that's 5. So the scenario started at 45. There was a loss of 5 for the North Koreans for their botched information operation, and then the North Koreans also lost 10 for taking that shock attack first turn advantage. So they've lost 15 so far. So obviously, if we start at 45, going in favor of the South Koreans means going down because they are the second player. Okay, so North Koreans are, by scenario rules, the first player. Obviously, South Koreans are the second player. Right, so basically, the political index is, I would say, moderately favorable to the South Korean side. Okay, I'll figure out what that means at some point. I just want to talk about that much is what I went over since I played last time. Okay, so let's go on to the first impulse. So the first player always is allowed to take this first impulse. We start with the first player movement phase, and I am going to do movement, basic movement. Movement's pretty basic. So I got my commando special forces division here for the North Koreans. Has a movement allowance of 4. They're going to go 1, 2, 3 is in this rough terrain. This brown is rough. This is mountains. Cost 2 for non-mechanized and prohibited for mechanized unless they're on a road. He also entered the zone of control of these and these South Korean units, so they have to stop anyways. So that is that. Then let's go. You know, I should pay attention. Okay, I should probably pay attention to these special graphics, special markings. Okay, let's take a look at this guy. So here we have a NATO symbol for special forces. Hope this is coming through. NATO size symbol, that's a division. 8 is the number, the identification. 1 is its combat value. 4 is its movement value. And then we have these 3. This unit has 3 special icons. All right, so in order, this one means that it is recon force raid, I guess, capable. The chevrons here means that it is self-supply, and the white arrow there, the white arrow means that it Ignores Zox. Oh, well, what do you know? Right there, it ignores Zox. I guess that was a reason to take a look at those. Alright, so actually it ignores the Zox. So, I guess it could go here, and actually it is going to go there for a particular reason. Because I want this guy. This is the same, exact same kind of unit, just unit designation 5. It's going to go 2, 3, 4, ignoring enemy Zox. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Alright. So again, I talked about Zox. Stop when you move into them, unless you have that special capability to ignore Zox. Let's leave it there. Oh, by the way, if you're paying close attention, so let me go to reaction phase next. So the reaction phase is next. This is the second player. South Koreans in this case get to, they may move any reserve units. This is, by the way, the first time that I'm thinking I might have run into some loose rules writing. I haven't found yet what reserve units mean, but I guess it just means units that are capable of reserve movement. That's what I'm thinking now, because there's the reaction phase in the sequence of play, which is where I'm at now. South Koreans get to do their reaction phase, and then there's reaction movement, which is under the movement section of the series rules. I assume that these are the same thing. Alright, I'm pushing on and not letting any of that distract me, but when I thought about reaction movement for the South Koreans, that's when I realized, and again, if you're paying close attention, I did change some setups. Now as I pick up rules here, I'm figuring, okay, now I see why some of my initial setups were not ideal. So I moved more strength up here. I moved this this police unit. I moved this police unit from the front lines back down to occupy a city down by Pusan, 2 hexes away from Pusan. That seemed to make more sense to me. Yeah. So yes, I have moved a few. I did adjust the South Korean initial deployment again as I learned the rules. Okay, so reaction movement. I don't know if there's anything special about it. You can't start in a zone of control. Headquarters cannot conduct reaction movement. Oh, and it's 50% of your movement value. So I looked around. I don't know if there's anybody really to move up. I've got an airborne division there. Now I see why, airborne infantry. Now I see why you might want to take all of the pieces of the rules and make your own player aid card. Because I guess they are spread around. But anyways, it's a small enough game. Shouldn't be a big deal. I'm looking at these U.S. units here. I guess whenever we're talking about player 2, we're talking about US 2. I guess they're not really different or separate. So, yeah, do you move up or don't you move? I don't. In a general idea here, I'm going to say I'm not going to move up. I'm going to actually rely on reinforcements as a general rule. So, that's the reaction movement phase. Now we go to the first player combat phase. Now I'm going to do my first major attack here. Guess I don't have enough time on this video, but I've got North Korean armor and mech corps, another mech corps, and an infantry corps. And I think I want to bring in... I wonder if I want to bring in my special forces or not. What do they actually bring to the fight? Well, this is going to be the first big attack of the game right here.